Well, g'day, and welcome back again to Guangzhou. Yes, we're still in Guangzhou. We've just left the train station. We've had a drink, sat down, chilled out for a little while, and we're on our way down to the playing grounds, which we're sort of taking a bit of an indirect route because the most direct route is over on our left, big main road over there. But there's a huge, and I don't know, I haven't seen it in real life yet, but judging by the map, a huge bloody traffic interchange where several highways are coming in. So we've sort of come over a couple of roads over to our right, much quieter little road here, and we're hoping to avoid the worst of that traffic. I don't know how successful we're going to be, but yeah, so quite interesting. We've just come out of that place with them huge big glass towers and stuff, and we're out into something that's almost rural. You'd almost call it rural, or well, rural / industrial. Wow, look at these, look at all these trees growing behind us here. I don't know what these are being used for, but they've all got aluminium foil on the ends of the branches where they've been cut off. So I've got no idea. And looking down, let's turn our camera around. We've got a heap of that sort of stuff down there, with all the branches cut off and alfoil all over them. So I'm not sure what that's all about. It's times like this you need someone walking with you to tell you what's going on in these places. But chances are a lot of this stuff that if I had someone with me, there's someone who's not involved in that industry and don't know what it is anyway. So who knows? So we've got the high-speed rail on our left, just back a few hundred yards back behind us. There was a huge area with, I don't know how many, maybe 100 cars parked on the side of the road, and they all had the little D for DD in the side of the road, in the side of the cars. So it's obviously while they're, because the taxi rank and pickup area at the station itself was absolutely jam-packed. It's obviously where they sit until there's space for them to move up to the station and go looking for a ride. I had at least a dozen taxi drivers trying to get me into their car. Kept going, no, not interested. I'm gonna walk. We've got a little tower on our left here. Okay, we've got a bridge. Now I'm going to have to consult my map here and see which way we're going from here. Let me see where we are. Okay, so we want to go over this bridge. So we're going to swap sides here, because once we're over the bridge, we want to turn around to the left here. So we've got quite a good sized waterway here. Let's spin around, give you a little look. So yeah, water going right the way around this way. And then right the way around this way. And then up here we've got the high-speed rail line, we've got the intercity rail line. And who knows what else. Just down here somewhere will be that big interchange, traffic interchange. I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to see that on our way through, but we'll have a look. It's an interesting... Got cars behind us? No, we might just duck over the road here. Got all these trees here with these... What's this? Is this rope hanging down off these? It is rope hanging down. I don't know what these are all for. So this must be an area that's under development for something. We just had a cement truck pulling out of there. So, don't know. I'm at a bit of a loss for anything here. I'm just going to be talking about what I see. I'm not going to be able to give you much in the way of details about anything I do see, because this place is totally foreign to me, in the same way that I'm totally foreign to here. Tuo Ji Yuan Lin. Don't know what that means. Looks like we've got a nice little tree-lined roadway through here running by the water. So we are about 4 kilometres, well, we were 4 kilometres from the point that we're looking to get to. Well, 4 kilometres to the playing fields, and then once we've hit the playing fields, we have to then continue walking and find the nearest hotel we can. We might even, we get another path heading down the bottom. We might actually get off of this road, get down onto that little pathway running down by the water, just to get out of the way of traffic and stuff. Oh, another high-speed train going down the road. Is that high-speed rail, or is that the intercity? High-speed rail. Well, it's nice. The main highway is just a couple of 100 yards over that way, which no doubt is really, really, really busy. So we can see the tall buildings over here. That's sort of where the train station is. That's where we got a drink. And out here it's actually quite peaceful. There is a bit of traffic on this road, but it's fairly quiet. A lot of the cars going by are actually electric, so it's very quiet. It's pretty cool. It's a nice little spot. You look at these rail lines. The train we came in on, what did we do? We went through 3 tunnels. So there was a tunnel, no, we went through 4 tunnels. So we had a tunnel between Guangzhou and Dinghu back in Jiaoqing. Had another tunnel leading into one of the stops. I can't remember which of the stops it was. And then we had one going through Foshan, and then the one coming into Guangzhou South station, because we were going down to the subway. And other than that, the whole trip was up on these raised rail lines, which you look at these things and it just boggles the mind. How much concrete did it take to do all of this? It's unbelievable. And you know, that trip from Jiaoqing, I'm guessing, but I would guess probably close to 150 kilometers. Maybe not quite that far, maybe 120. I would have to check. If I remember, I'll get on a map and I'll actually work out the distance, and I'll chuck the distance down on the bottom there. So we've got more of these trees, so they're all being tied down here. So I wonder what they're going to build through here. So we've got a bit of a makeshift roadway through here, and then a waterway. Maybe it's just going to be a nice green area between the busy parts of the city. We're going to get over the road. We've got another car coming up behind us. It's yeah, sort of come to Guangzhou, you're expecting busy and buildings and cars and just everything busy, but pleasantly surprised out here. Right, let's check my map. Check that we're on the right direction. Okay, I think we're doing all right. We're going to follow this waterway. Actually takes us pretty much down to the playing grounds where we're aiming for. In fact, there's actually a big, looks like a big, I don't even know what it means. There's a big blue area on the map, which I don't know if that's meaning it's residential or it's shopping area or something. But there's a big area like that, and we are going to probably go up there tonight, have a look around there for dinner somewhere tonight. But we're going to walk past there on the way down here, so we'll see how we go. Things are starting, and I don't know that you can hear that, but I'm starting to hear a lot more car noise. So we've got a traffic bridge going over us here. Looks like we've got another roadway just on the other side of that. That actually looks like it might be the maybe the toll road running through there. I'm not sure. But so just over to our left here somewhere will be the big spaghetti junction for all the traffic down here. We're actually going to get back down off of this road because I don't like having cars sneaking up behind me. I remember the first time, so what were we coming here for? The first time I came to Guangzhou, actually no, the second time. The first time I came to Guangzhou was when I flew to China. Came to Guangzhou, got picked up, taken straight to Jiaqing. There's our rail line up there. We've got another rail line over here. We've got another rail line down below there. And then we've got the big highway here. So yeah, the first time I came to visit Guangzhou, we're actually coming for it was a business English competition. We had a student entered in who, she did really well actually, we were really proud of her. But we're coming in on these raised highways. And we came in on a bus, and looking out the windows, we're going past these apartment buildings, and we're going past it like, I don't know how high, 9 or 10 floors up above ground level. I was absolutely shocked. I'd never seen anything like that in my life. You know, being from a small country, Western Australia sort of place, it just stunned me. I'm thinking, imagine you live in the 10th floor of an apartment block and you've got cars and buses and trucks driving past your window. Maybe that's normal in other cities, in big cities, I don't know, but I'd never seen that before. It blew my mind. Right, now I'm going to have to check my phone, consult my map again, just check we are on the right path. Yes, I think we're okay. Okay, so we got a couple of 100 yards down the road here. We're going to come to the end of this waterway, and this waterway runs into another much bigger waterway. So that should be interesting. See how big that is. So on our left here, this is the big highway area that the reason I came here this way was to avoid all of this mess in here. I don't know if there would be anywhere for pedestrians to get through that way. So we took the slightly longer route just to be sure. Oh, we got more roads over on our right here. Unreal. I don't know that I'd want to live in a place like this. It's just too big. Guangzhou, Shenzhen, too big for my liking, but coming and visiting, it just blows me away. There's blooming roads going everywhere. I get lost just trying to navigate my way around the interchange. It's crazy. So there we go, road going under the railway line, high-speed rail line. Okay, so just in front of us up here should be the end of this little waterway, and we should be coming up into this other river area. And then from there we follow that river down and we should come across the playing fields for tomorrow. We're going to look, I mentioned it back at the train station, the Vienna Hotel at Jiaqing train station. I'm hoping we've got a Vienna hotel here somewhere nearby that I can go and stay in, because I know that, as I said back in the last video, I know we get good service there, they're a good price, not too expensive, but good quality. So we've got a bit of a, looks like a water control area down here. Some kind of gate to hold the water in. Yeah, actually the gate's closed at the moment, so this water here on our left is being held back. And just over the other side will be this other waterway. Wow, so look how high up these roads are. Goodness me. That's got to be 20 meters high up there. Unbelievable. Yeah, these big cities just blow my mind with all the infrastructure. How they build stuff to keep traffic moving and keep everybody getting where they're going to go. There's a taxi coming up in front of us, so see if we can see what brand of car this is. That is Yuka. Not sure what that is. So the taxis, when I first arrived in Jiaqing, all of the taxis around the place were VW. Oh, I'm not sure what type of VW they were. They were all a sedan and all petrol powered. Now I'm wondering, I'll have to try and find out actually, who owns all the taxis in Jiaqing. Is it a privately run business that runs all the taxis, or is it a government service? Because all of the taxis changed practically overnight from being these petrol powered Volkswagens. Can we get down through? No, we can't get past that building in front of us. I want to get down. Oh, we've got some cows down the bottom here. All right, we're going to duck down the bottom around here and have a look. Yeah, all of the taxis in Jiaqing changed pretty much overnight. Went from being these VWs to being electric powered BYDs, which was really cool. Just the whole fleet, almost overnight, changed over. It was so quick. So I suspect that they're all government run, or maybe all the taxi companies got some sort of funding. Hello there, cow. I wonder what these guys are all doing here. We've got more down this way. I'm gonna go and have a look. Get down the bottom. Looks like we've got some calves down here. Mind you, that one back there didn't look that old itself. Okay, over there, just behind them buildings, we've got a mountain up there, which I'm not sure about. But there is a big green area over the other side of the playing grounds that we might go and have a walk through either tonight or this afternoon. Oh, look at these guys. There's lots of them here. Just chilling out. We won't get too close because I'm not sure that they'll be friendly. Yeah, I don't know what this is all about. Just some farmer's brought his cattle down here to chill out, eat some grass. This one here is gorgeous. So I don't know where they're from. I don't know what they're doing apart from keeping the grass down, which isn't a bad thing in itself, save having to bring a mower in and mow the stuff. Okay, back up onto the road because we've got no more walkway down there. Right, we've got this intersection here. I want to check my map again. Make sure we're going to be going in the right direction. Okay, well, we're keeping the water on our left, so it's got to be around this way. Bit of a traffic jam trying to get through here with these pylons holding the road up above us. Wow, look at the size of these roads, unbelievable. Oh, all old cast off concrete blocks down here from something they must have done in the past. Not sure what. Right, step off onto the side here, let these guys get past us. Oh, rubbish. Bit of a tight little intersection there for them. Oh, that's a nice looking bike. Sort of a, I mean, it sounds like a proper motorbike, but it's more of a large scooter sort of shape. But I like the way they've got the sound. Right, let's wander down here, get ourselves off that roadway away. So we do have signs here, no swimming. So no swimming in the water. That actually looks like it's running at a fair pace actually. It's fairly moving. Although it might just be the wind on the surface chopping it up. It is fairly blowy out here today. It's not the stillest day I've encountered. We do have rain forecast for the Gaelic football competition tomorrow. There's a 60% chance of light showers. So we'll probably get a shower or two tomorrow. But we'll play through that. Well, they'll play through that. I won't be playing myself. Although I would love to take part. I did mention a couple of months back, I bunged my ankle up. And it's still Still not 100% yet. It is on the mend. It's much better than it was. I'm walking much smoother, but if I hadn't had that injury, I'd probably actually jump in and have a game with them tomorrow. I'd love to try this Gaelic football. It looks really good. But I'm just not willing to risk injuring myself, damaging something that's not quite healed yet. That wouldn't be terribly clever, so we'll just be here to support, watch. Okay, so we're moving back away from that highway now. It is starting to quieten down a little bit. There's not so much road noise around. Well, we've got a heap more construction going on over here, as there is everywhere all the time here in China. There's always construction happening. And that hill in front of us, so on the map, we can see where the playing fields are. Right over the road from the playing fields, there's a big green area, which looks like some sort of nature reserve or park area. I wonder if that's part of that. We'll be heading over there to have a look at what that's like sometime this afternoon or this evening for sure. Oh, we got another big, might have to wait till we get a bit closer, big bridge there. Traffic bridge, but with big gates to stop the water. Big flood retention, flood alleviation, I don't know. I'm sure the water people know how to use them best. Or maybe they use it more for when there's not much water flowing. They close them down to keep the water level higher. I'm not sure. Right, let's check our map again. See where we are. Okay, so we've got another little waterway. Oh, high-speed rail coming through behind us. We've got another little waterway in front of us here we've got to cross. I'm hoping there's a bridge right near the corner. I don't want to have to walk too far out of my way. I've already done enough walking out of my way. But we'll see how we go. So it looks almost like, I don't know, right here, the buildings here, it almost looks like Yunfu with just single person dwellings almost. It's like a little village area. So I'm not sure where we are regards Guangzhou, Foshan. We're pretty close to the border between Guangzhou and Foshan, but I'm not sure where the two actually separate. Oh, so here's one of these little alleyways running down between the buildings. You see these going all the way along here. So much more residential sort of area, not the sort of thing you really expect to see in a place like Guangzhou. You expect everything to be high-rise apartments and stuff, but no. Right, so we've got this waterway. We have to try and get over here. I hope there's a bridge not too far away. Goodness me, I can't see one. We're gonna have to walk quite a ways. What do you reckon? Can we tightrope walk over this? I might be tempted, but I got too many cameras and drones and things to drop into the water, so we'll pass on that one, I think, for the time being. I reckon if you were going to live in Guangzhou, this might be a nice little place to live. I don't know how far we are from subway stations and things like that, but be nice and quiet out here. Oh goodness me, how far are we going to have to walk to find a bridge? Hopefully not too far. Geez, don't do this to me, Guangzhou. Another high-speed rail train going past us. They're just non-stop here. Chongqing, you've got quite, fairly decent sized gaps between the trains a lot of the time. You do get rush times, but here it's just been constant. There's another one. Okay, so that's the okay, that's high-speed rail line in front of us. That's a high-speed rail train going through there. I think on the other side of that rail line is the intercity train that we came in on. I think that's the direction we came in through. All right, up onto the roadway here, and let's see if we can find a bridge. Ah, there we are, just around the corner. If I hadn't seen a bridge, I'd have been almost tempted to call this woman in the boat down here and say, come and give us a ride. But we got a bridge over the water just up the end. Wow, that's a nice looking place, that one. Nice verandas. I wonder if the verandas are ever used. It's one thing a lovely little nice outdoor sitting area here. Looks like they got another nice big outdoor area up on the top there. But it's one thing I've mentioned before, the balconies here, they're never used. All people use them for is hanging their washing out. If it was me, I'd have a table and chair out there, sit down there in the late afternoon, especially if you got a breeze like today blowing through to keep you cool, have a couple of drinks, it'd be beautiful. But nobody does that here. I was actually talking to somebody, and they were saying that nobody really even drinks at home. Like, you don't get home from work and have a couple of cold beers. If you're going to have a couple of beers, you go out to a restaurant or a bar and have a couple of beers. It's not like in Australia where people come and visit and you have a couple of beers with friends and chuck on a barbecue. No, they go out and do all that stuff. It's a totally different lifestyle, sort of along those lines here. All right, back around the road here. Actually, we might check the map again. We might be able to head straight down this road in front of us. If we're lucky, we'll have a look on the map, find where we are now. No, we're going to get back down to the waterway. Oh, actually, we're going to go just down here a little ways. I'm going to chuck a right up here, and then there's we can sort of go through this little housing area, have a look at what we can find through here, and then we get to the other end, we'll carry on down towards the water. Well, that sounds like a kindergarten in there on our right, by the sound of it. You can hear lots of kids in there, and they sound like pretty young kids in there. Okay, we should be able to get through here somewhere. Oh, so in here we have Looks like a heap of charging stations for your electric cars. That's another thing that we do have everywhere throughout China. It's one thing that is going to hamper the electric vehicles in places, a lot of places in the West, is all this stuff is run by private corporations. Because the government is encouraging everybody to go electric in cars, they're putting in these charging stations everywhere. It's a really, really good investment. Oh, we've actually got BP car charging. I'm surprised at that. I didn't know BP had got into the electric car market, but obviously they have. That's a new one for me. Oh, and then we've got car washing facilities over here. Come in and give your car a scrub. Nice little playground area over here, basketball courts, table tennis, lots of exercise equipment down here. Lovely and shaded, plenty of trees and stuff to keep people under cover. It's a nice looking spot. Yeah, so not what you'd expect being sort of, not what you'd expect coming to, you know, somewhere like Guangzhou, big city with God knows how many millions of people live here. But this is a nice quiet little area, very, very pleasant. You could almost, well, I was going to say you could almost be in Jiaqing, but this feels, you know, like it could be even somewhere smaller than Jiaqing. This could be Yunfu. Very, very quiet and peaceful. So that waterway is down on our left down this way. We're going to go one more street down this way and see what we can find, what else we can see on our way through. There was, oh, we got, looks like quite a main road up in front of us. So hopefully we can get back down to the waterway, and we've got an underpass to get under this main road, so we're not trying to cross with all this traffic. That looks pretty busy up there, a lot of trucks and the like. It's another one we're seeing lots more of now, these delivery vehicles. Sort of, you know, 2-3 ton trucks, all electric now. No more of them being diesel. It's yeah, it's very, very good. It is interesting. I watched, saw a post, someone I know back in Albany, posted about hydrogen vehicles, and there was a discussion going on between hydrogen and electric and which one's better and stuff. Now, I used to think hydrogen was the way to go. That's the way we should be going. Hydrogen vehicles, refuel them just like petrol. You know, it's not, well, when you think back, you know, 10 years ago, it was overnight to recharge your car. And if you're driving around in a little city somewhere or in a big city somewhere, and you've got charging at home, you know, if you're only doing, you know, maybe 100 kilometres a day, that's fine in an electric car. But somewhere like Australia, where people do drive huge big distances, you know, I always thought electric will never work because it takes so long to charge the batteries. But with the way things are developing at the moment, right, what do we got, cars behind us? No, we're okay. we're just going to watch the roads as we go through here. Yeah, as the car development moves forward and the battery charging stuff is improving month by month, it's getting to the point where I don't know that I agree with the whole hydrogen strategy anymore myself. I still think hydrogen would be better in Australia than electric, because we do have those great big distances. Wow, big concrete truck coming through here. See, coming around the corner. He is. We're going to watch out for him. Get ourselves well away. While I do still think hydrogen vehicles would be better in Australia than electric, even with the fast charging, I think just doing the infrastructure for, oh, come on driver, move your ass. Just doing the infrastructure, quit gawking at me and just drive your bloody car. Jesus Christ. I'm only a foreigner. I'm not that unusual, I'm not from another planet. And I don't know, I'm guessing at this, but I'm thinking that it's probably easier to put in the infrastructure for hydrogen than it would be to do all the stuff that you would need to do to make electric cars more viable than hydrogen in Australia. I think, right, I've got to check my map here because I'm not sure. We're sort of going in the wrong direction at the moment. Where are we now? Okay, we might keep going up this way and then we'll chuck a left. Which way are we headed? Okay, we're headed that way, all right. The problem we have with hydrogen is that I don't think the other major car markets are interested. In China, I've not seen a hydrogen car in China ever. Yeah, I don't think they're interested in that. They've got the infrastructure for electric power, electric charging for cars. They got plenty of infrastructure for that. America, they had the hydrogen. Who was it that made the hydrogen car? Was that Honda? But from what I've heard, they've stopped. They've stopped selling hydrogen-powered cars in America, so that's just not going to happen in America. Europe, I don't know that they're really looking into hydrogen in Europe. They all seem to be going electric. So while I would think hydrogen would be the best choice for Australia, we're not a big enough market. I don't think that we've got another kindergarten here on our left. I don't think that Megada Kindergarten, I don't think we're going to be able to go hydrogen, which, you know, is a bit of a shame, but it's the way the world goes. We don't have the population base and the potential to sell enough vehicles to make producing hydrogen vehicles a worthwhile endeavour. I just don't see that happening. So, yeah, it was an interesting chat. I read through all the comments on this post on Facebook and sort of tended to agree with them, but they were sort of only talking about Australia, and you've really got to take into account what is the rest of the world doing, because we are going to have to follow. No company is going to go out and produce hydrogen powered cars just for us. I know the West Australian state government was investing a lot of money doing research into hydrogen and stuff, and looking at becoming a hydrogen supplier. That was just before I left to come here, so 9 years ago. But I don't know where that stands anymore. I don't know where they've gone with it, whether it's gone anywhere or whether it was just wasted money. But yeah, we'll see how we go. But for now, we're going to end up this walk here. What are we going? We're going for 45 minutes, that's enough. I'm going to say goodbye. We're going to just get our way down to these playing fields and find ourselves a hotel. So if you've enjoyed this little walk, this little browse around, and this little chat, hit that like button, share with friends, subscribe to the channel, all that wonderful stuff. Questions or comments, hit us up down there in the comment section. If you got anything you would like to learn about life here in China, in Guangdong, Zhaoqing in particular, because that's where I generally am. Again, down there in the comments, hit us up. If you come up with a good idea, we'll go away, we'll do some research, and we'll try and bring you some information that you are interested in learning. But for now, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe, and we will see you all in the next one. Cheers.